Okay, so in half guard, video number 3, we're going to focus on the beginnings of our Z guard or clamp guard. So when we're working half guard, there's lots of different variations. Okay, we've got our classic half guard here. So let's set up a little bit next. Our Z guard comes right in the pocket of the hip, or our hip clamp guard is also what this is referred to as. My feet closed, and we actually create a clamp on the hip. Okay, that's very different from a shin shield guard or a shield guard. Okay, where I'm actually working on creating space. Okay, then we also have things like our butterfly half guard, our lockdown half guard, etc., etc. Okay, so in the first 2 videos, we looked at our windmill sweep, because again, we're working from a worst case scenario situation where I've allowed him to fully pin me to my back. Okay, I've allowed my shoulders to be put on the ground, my hips are on the ground. So the reversal options didn't work. So first thing I'm going to do, because half guard really is about frames. So my inside arm has to frame on the hip, so I'm either going to put my elbow right in the pocket of his hip, or if his hips are far enough away, I'm going to put my hand. But if I do put my hand there, my elbow has to stay glued to my body on this side. Okay? So once we're here. So now the big thing is, as I'm bumping my hips in and out, a lot of people will keep this leg clamped. So my hips simply go up, and as they go out, I have to let my legs extend a little bit. So my legs are going to extend out so I can create the space. Now the entry of the Z guard is really important too. So the pocket of Dexter's hip is right here. So when I get to the hip, I'm going to put my knee in the pocket of the hip, and then I'm going to drop it in at a downward angle. Okay, so I can get good penetration with the knee. Then we're simply going to close, top foot on top of bottom foot, and then we're going to engage the clamp. Okay, this shouldn't be a comfortable position. I don't want the person on top of me to really ever be comfortable. So that's the benefit of the clamp guard. So one more time, get the inside frame. Okay. So just a little bridge and shrimp. As we hip out, knee shield, or the knee Z guard portion goes in, and we clamp it and close it. I'm going to clamp my knees together, I'm going to curl my heels into my butt. So what's really common here is that I'm going to have this little bit of space now, because his cross face and underhook don't mean anything anymore. Because if he tries to pin me now, okay, he's got that big shin shield in the way, which is a big problem. So how I get the underhook is important. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a big windmill motion here, okay? My arm's going to come up over the top, and I'm going to pull my elbow down to my belly button and tuck it in outside of the gi, okay? I don't ever want to underhook this way, because I'm going to get stuck like this, okay? So once we get the shin shield in place, we start extending just a little bit. Arm comes up over the top. We're going to tuck it in tight to the body. So now, basically, I'm going to push my knee out of the way with my elbow. So once my elbow comes in, it's going to bump my knee out of the way. That's when my underhook goes in nice and deep, my elbow comes up, okay? And immediately we want to use that motion to buck my opponent forward. So this head positioning game plays a very substantial role now. Whoever's head is lower in half guard typically has an advantage. So as soon as we're here, we're going to start framing up to the elbow. If he does not whizzer like he isn't right now, all we're going to do is just shuck us the back door, pull the base out, and now start attacking the turtle guard. Again, we'll just add one more variation to that. If he does whizzer here, okay, as I sit up, okay, I'm going to start pulling his base out. This thumb is going to go down, and we're going to slingshot that arm out, shucking him forward. And then immediately we dive right back on top of the turtle guard. Okay, so that is just the beginning of your clamp guard series, which we'll be working a lot more in the upcoming videos. Thank you very much.